So there's some
this
new,
bitch again.
Yeah, Ghislaine. That's not her name. It's Ghislaine Maxwell. So there's a couple updates in that case, and what we found out this past week was that the judge has ordered for extremely confidential Epstein records to be released to the public. Now, I don't believe this has happened yet, but there's over 80 confidential documents, which includes details of Ghislaine Maxwell's involvement with Epstein, which will be released for everybody to see hopefully soon. According to the New York Senior District Judge Loretta Preska, apparently the documents include flight logs from Epstein's private jets, details about Maxwell's sex life, and the transcript of a 7-hour, 418-page deposition that she gave previously, which includes extremely personal and confidential content. 418 pages? What the hell's in that? That's a lot of shit, dude. Of fucking shit in there. And of course, her legal team is trying to appeal this, but to me, this seems like there's going to be some major bombs that drop in, and there's got to be some stuff in there in that deposition that we don't know yet that could confirm a lot of different beliefs and things that, you know, the public is speculating about with this case. And yeah, because I mean, that's going to be really damning to see what's in there.
Also this week, Trump was actually asked about, you know, the whole situation, what he thought about it. And he gave the weirdest response. I was shook. I don't know if he was confused or what, but he replied and basically said that he wasn't following it too much and doesn't really know the situation very well, but that he wishes her well. This is an accused sex trafficker.
Which is just shows where that guy's mind is. I mean, he's so... I don't believe that for a second that he didn't know what's going on with her.
No.
Dude, you're involved with her.
Yeah, he has pictures with her.
Tons. Yeah. Don't tell me that you don't have your legal team involved in that whole Epstein case and trying to, you know, separate you from it. He's just playing dumb in order to, because he knows if he's like, he knows the media will go crazy with it if he is like super involved with it, but he's just trying to blow it off like, oh yeah, I don't know what's going on.
He did a shitty job of that. Maybe if he just said, I haven't followed it and I don't know anything, that would have done okay. But saying he wishes her well, dude, what the fuck?
This is the thing with Ghislaine Maxwell is that if she makes it to trial, if there is a trial, this will be the trial of the century.
Yeah.
And to act like you don't know about it at all or what's going on with it is just complete bullshit. Because I mean, this is the amount of things that continue to come out about this is truly alarming. Like she's no longer on suicide watch, but she's actually being moved from cell to cell because they are literally worried about assassins that might take her out. There could be literal people on the inside that are working from some, you know, shadowy group that wants to see her, you know, no longer living. So that alone shows you that, I don't know, man. I don't know if they're going to be able to keep her alive. And that's crazy to say, but with Epstein and everything, we still don't know what happened with that. And
well, if she fucking dies too, then they're going to have to answer a lot of questions because that's just ridiculous. I mean, once, but twice. It looks pretty obvious of what's going on.
I mean, they better keep her alive because for the sake of all the victims of Epstein and Maxwell, that, you know, we need the truth to come out about what really went on. We need to see what these two were involved with. I mean, we had another man that came forward by the name of William Steele, who was friends with Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. And he recently came out and stated that Ghislaine had actually shown him recordings of, quote, 2 prominent U.S. politicians having sex with minors.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
That right there is
if something like that comes
probably
out,
the reason why they're moving her from cell to cell is because there is 100% big names that are going to come out of this. Damn. And there's going to be some big people that go down.
Finally have some real proof.
Absolutely. Because I mean, we already know, you know, based on some of the flight logs and stuff, that there are politicians that flew on his plane. We know Prince Andrew about that whole situation. Right. So, you know, I don't know, man. That's going to be, we need these documents to come out. But what's also interesting is that according to this William Steele guy, he used to actually steal jewelry, and apparently Epstein and Maxwell would regularly buy his stolen jewelry and then give the jewelry as gifts to young girls that they were abusing. Ew. Which again, this is just allegations that one individual is giving. We don't have any way to confirm that this is true or not, but for somebody to come out and say this at all, and, you know, we do know that, you know, they were abusing minors, then yeah, there's a good chance that this is true. Ghislaine Maxwell and her lawyers are also currently fighting to get her released on bail due to concerns about the virus. And right now she's placed in isolation.
No way. They're not going to do that.
No, they're not going to let her out. They're going to just keep her isolated.
That would be so stupid. People would be so mad.
Yeah, her lawyers want her to be put on house arrest in a secret location.
Yeah, right.
I don't think that's going to happen.
No. And this is also really weird, this whole thing about the judge.
Yeah, so on July 19th, a man named Roy Hollander, who was a self-described, quote, anti-feminist lawyer. That's very odd.
Yeah, well, I guess he was targeting, her name is Esther Salas, I believe, and she was a judge who I guess also happened to work on the Epstein case a little bit, but I believe she was, you know, a feminist and worked towards helping people with women's rights and whatnot, and this guy, like you said, was an anti-feminist, and I think that's part of the reason why she was targeted specifically.
Okay.
Which people also speculate, you know, she was targeted because maybe there's some connection.
Maybe she knew
because of the
something.
Epstein case.
And which I think, if I understand right, it was something to do with his finances.
Yeah, it was a business related part of
I think honestly the media is like twisting it a lot more, be like Epstein, she's involved with that, but I don't think it's necessarily that. I honestly think it's more so because she was a female judge who worked, you know, in a male dominated society and was a feminist, and this guy had beef with her and other people as well. It wasn't just her.
Right.
What's really sad is he went in there to assassinate her, but he ended up actually killing her son.
Yeah, he showed up to the house dressed as a FedEx delivery driver. And when he got to the front door, the judge's son, Daniel, answered the door, and Roy opened fire on him and shot him dead, and then ended up wounding her husband, Mark, as well. And it wasn't clear at first who actually committed the crime because Roy went on the run. However, the next day on July 20th, Roy was found dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound in upstate New York, about 2 hours away from where he had shot Daniel and Mark, the judge's husband. So yeah, really tragic story. But in Roy's car, investigators found a list of at least 10 other names besides Esther and Mark, who Roy apparently had beef with and wanted to get revenge on.
I wonder who they are. They're probably not putting that out there, huh?
Probably not.
Yeah, it's not very,
So investigators have now concluded that 8 days before all this happened, Roy traveled by train to California to murder Mark Angelucci, a 52-year-old men's rights lawyer who is apparently considered a rival.
What the hell? So he doesn't want women's rights and he doesn't want men's rights either?
Well, I think because that guy was a men's rights lawyer, I think he felt like he was, like they had beef with each other because he was also a men's rights lawyer. I don't know. This guy's an idiot because, like you said, he's an anti-feminist, but then he's also killing someone who's a men's rights lawyer.
That is bizarre.
This is still under investigation too, so we don't have too many details about, motive and everything else about why exactly Roy went and did this. But again, I think the media really drummed up a lot of, coverage on this specifically because of the judge's Esther's connection to the Epstein case. Because literally everything Epstein related just gets, blown up and all that.